Hey everyone! Today I'm going to demonstrate a tool for color grading, the DCTL A-ZoneGrade, and I'll show you how it works, but first, let's switch our scopes to the vector scope. Cold separation shifts all the cool and dark tones and a bit of the neutrals towards blue. Neutral brings back the neutral gray, or conversely intensifies it. Hue controls the green to blue ratio. Brightness makes it lighter or darker, and saturation adds or reduces color intensity. You can dial it down almost to zero. It all depends on the context and story of your film. Everything doesn't always have to be teal and orange. Warm separation works similarly, but affects the warm and light tones instead. You can see this clearly on the vector scope. Let me maximize the screen. I'll leave this parameter at its maximum setting to make it more obvious. Again, neutral brings back the neutrals, or vice versa, amplifies the effect. Hue shifts towards yellow or red tones, followed by brightness and saturation. In the interface, I used icons to separate the cold and warm zones to make things more visual. If all these adjustments make the skin tone too saturated or not saturated enough, you can easily increase or decrease its saturation. Of course, if there's another object in the frame that falls into the exact same range, it will change as well. So you'll have to isolate and correct the skin tone using masks. Moving on, we have additional highlight and shadow split toning by adjusting the temperature and tint. This doesn't mean you have to use every single slider. In some situations, you might get the desired effect with just a few adjustments, while in others, it might not work at all. Then we have red, green, blue for shadow, blacks, correction. You should guide yourself by the scopes here, as adjustments are sometimes necessary. Alternatively, this can also function as a creative toning tool. Let me reset this and apply some toning. So here is the before and after. Before and after. Now let's look at the built-in presets and see how they work. I'll leave the toning turned on. So each preset comes in two versions, the fixed one, which has a little lock icon in front of it. Heh, turns out my manual version is almost identical to the classic preset. The second version is manually adjustable. Both presets start out identical, but since we've already made some adjustments, the adjustable preset will change accordingly. This means the classic preset now holds those exact tweaks. If you switch back to the fixed version, it goes back to its default original parameters. Let's check out the rest of the presets. So we have classic, teal and orange. Two versions of warm 1 and 2. And the unnamed ones, version 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now let me show you more precisely how it all works. Let's hit reset. So any preset can be modified because each one comes in duplicate, the fixed version with a lock icon in front, and the one without the lock, which is the editable one. You can modify a preset and then switch back to the fixed version just to see how much it changed. Let's take warm, for example. Doesn't seem quite like what we're looking for. Let's turn on the version without the lock. In the editable presets, the cold and warm bypass switches are active. We can check which block has the most tweaks. Yes, for now, unfortunately, there is no bypass for the temperature and RGB adjustments that will likely come in future versions. Let's make some adjustments based on our preferences. Let's say like this. Any changes you make until they are reset will apply to any unlocked preset. For instance, Classic. The original looks like this, but with our current adjustments, it looks like this. Or let's say Warm 2. The original looks like this, but the adjustable version with our current settings looks completely different. We can also view just the changes we made without any preset active. Take version 1, the original versus the modified version with these parameters. Every other preset works exactly the same way. Just keep in mind that when you are on the fixed version, the warm and cold bypass won't work. That's pretty much it for now. Thanks for watching, and you can find all the links in the description below. Bye.